What's going on, everybody? My name is Corey here with bikeon.com, and in today's episode I'm going to bring you 5 quick tips to get your recumbent or handcycle ready for spring riding. See you on the other side. Alright guys, so number 1 I have on my list, which accompanies both recumbents and handcycles, is going to be bottom bracket maintenance. Now this is a simple component on a lot of trikes and handcycles that is completely overlooked. Recumbents see it more often because their bottom bracket is lower to the ground compared to a handcycle, but these are service points that need to be addressed ASAP. If you're finding any creaking, you're finding a lot of dirt and grind getting built up inside of that, and especially any sort of grinding. This is especially time to bring it to a service professional, have that bottom bracket taken care of, cleaned out, greased back up, and you're gonna feel a whirlwind of difference within your riding. Number 2 on my list is going to be cables and housing. Now, this is a quick checkover for housing for any cracks or heavy worn down areas that you might find along your house, along any of the housings here. You can give a quick examine over, like I said, any rub points. Specifically on recumbents, we find a lot here with mechanical disc brakes, tire rub and stuff like that. Now what happens is once the housings get worn down and cracked, moisture will decide to build up inside of that. So this can lead to a lot of cable fraying inside, as well as cabling getting stuck. So if you're finding any very hard pull in your brake system, as well as your drivetrain as well, this could be a great time to service these. Number 3 on my list is going to be chain examination. Now, if you're with us here in New England, or you're within the 4 seasons experiencing winter, if you're lucky enough to incorporate summer and sun the entire time, this is still for you. Any sort of rust building up here, heavy grease and stuff like that, it's going to be time to clean this chain up. We highly recommend a really good chain cleaner. You can pick up one of these online. This one specifically is from Park Tool. You can find them online and a lot of other retailers, as well as a really good heavy chain degreaser, accompanied by, of course, a great chain lube. Now this is very, very important. Something that you're going to want to pay close attention to throughout the entire season. A well-lubricated chain is going to result in well gear shifting, as well as longevity of your chain throughout your entire season of cycling. So number 4 on my list is going to be tire overlook. Now, if you had your trike or handcycle that's been sitting throughout the entire winter, this is a great time to kind of check for any sort of flat spots and, of course, wear and tear from the previous season on your tires. Give it a good examination over of all 3 wheels, of course, checking for any sort of flat spots. If you're finding any sort of heavily worn down areas, of course, again, this is a great time to bring your trike or handcycle into a service professional to get this taken care of. And finally, number 5 on my list, and maybe one of the most important, is going to be brake pad examination. A great way to justify if pads are wearing well or need to be replaced, of course, is going to be engagement. If you're finding a heavy pull in your levers, regardless if it's a handcycle or a recumbent, mechanical or hydraulic, this could be a great time to really check about your brake pads. Over time, depending on where you're riding, oils and a lot of other contaminants can get onto the brake pads and then eventually onto the rotors, leading to bad braking engagement and also howling and stuff like that. So if you're getting any of that, within your riding, maybe last year it resulted to you didn't really address it now, this is going to be an excellent time to bring your trike or handcycle into a service professional to get these taken care of. Thank you everybody for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Leave us a comment below if there's anything you'd like us to touch upon, or if you have any questions in regards to any of the topics I touched on today. Of course, like this video and hit that subscribe button for any sort of notifications coming forward. Thank you all for joining, and bike on.